Well, hey guys, happy Monday. It's great to be back on the set here at the SCA Weekly Ribeye Roundup. We're here to take you across the world of the State Cook-Off Association. We had to cancel last week because of holidays and a lot of people being out of town, so we're going to double up, do 2 weeks in a row tonight. So I got my partner John Lindsey alongside me here. How you doing, John?
We're gonna be busy tonight, aren't
Yeah, we're going to be busy. We got 2 weeks worth to go over, and yeah, we're going to be busy tonight. So,
we? Yeah,
um,
looking forward to it. Good to. We always miss SCA family when we're not out here on the SCA Roundup show. We're not cooking quite as much, maybe you either one, as we have in years past. But it's good to be able to stay up on everything. We're sure watching everything and kind of got a pulse on the way everything's
yeah,
moving,
yeah,
and things are looking good. But I'm glad to be here tonight.
yeah. Me too, John. And hopefully, we're going to have a few minutes at the end, and we'll kind of go over some upcoming contests this weekend. And I'll tell you what, let's get it kicked off, and let's thank our sponsors. First of all, the SCA State Cook-Off Association, Ken, Brett, all the reps, judges. Thank you guys for your support of the SCA Weekly Ribeye Roundup. We sure do enjoy bringing the show to you, and we want to thank you for your help and support. Next, Bama Q, way down south. Mike Smith, all of his production crew. We want to thank them for their promotion of the SCA Weekly Ribeye Roundup and the SCA in general. Bama Q's got some big comps coming up. I think in September, it's going to be the next one, I think, over in Columbia, South Carolina, headed to the East Coast. That ought to be a fun one. And then on first weekend in November, we've got a big one down in Tupelo, Mississippi. John, I've been hearing that we may have a surprise appearance by the King himself in his birthplace city. That's Mr. Elvis Presley.
I'm hearing that. Yes,
so
sir.
hang tight on that one. I know the ancillary there is going to be peanut butter and banana sandwich. The Tupelo Visitors Bureau has got really behind this, and it's going to be a big thing in Tupelo, Elvis's birthplace. Steak, rattle, and roll. Excuse me. So
Steak, rattle, and roll.
Steak, rattle, and roll. So thanks to Bama Q for all that they do for us as well.
There used to be a great barbecue competition down there called "Don't Be Cruel Barbecue Duel."
Yep.
And
cooked it every year.
Cooked it every year. It was one of the big ones, and they canceled that out. Mike Smith brought the SCA in down there. I know he's had that contest on the books since about the first of the year, working with Tupelo, getting everything ready for that. That is shaping up. That whole community is getting behind that contest because they loved that other barbecue cooking. It went away. So I'm excited to be able to go down and cook that contest. It's going to be a good one. And I always want to do the barbecue duel, and I didn't ever get to go down and do it. But I'm going to tell you, that's going to be a lights-out little contest there.
Yep.
Can't wait. My family's from Tupelo. My dad was born there. Daddy was there until he was about 2 years old, and they moved up here. But my whole family's from that area. Can't wait to go down and cook that comp.
Yeah, good deal. Well, John, I tell you what, we've got several folks joining us on the side here. Why don't you run down those real quick, and then we'll get started with all these contests we got to go through tonight.
Yeah, Gordon Thompson's on from Cleveland. Good to see you, Gordon. Hope you're doing well, brother. And looks like old Kira is doing well. I see some Facebook posts. Y'all are doing great. Tell Brenda and everybody hello. Caitlin Crane on board with us tonight. And you know what? Rumor has it may get to see Caitlin and Brandon this weekend in Wilson, Arkansas. And good possibility we're going to have a pretty big showing with our team down there this weekend. It's going to be a good one, I think.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that one.
Good Facebook user on tonight. Good evening to you. Trinidad Rodriguez, good to see you.
Hey, Trinidad.
Texas, yeah. Raspberries, there he is.
Mataz, buddy, how you doing?
Yep. Boy, I'm going to tell you something. If you spend a little bit of time, there's just some people you spend a little time with them, and when you walk away, you feel worse than you ever do.
Yeah.
And then there's some people you spend a little time with them and feel like you go charge the gates with a water pistol, and that's Raz. He's always a lifter, guy that'll lift you up. And
Sure
good to
is.
see you, my friend. Glad you're on board with us tonight. Brenda Thompson, good to have you tonight. Steve Hughes, on
Big
board.
Sexy on board.
There
tonight.
he is. Yeah, he's ready to rock and roll. Good evening to you, Facebook users. Hey guys, Big Papa's Barbecue. Frank
Davis in the house.
Yeah, Frank's doing well. Brandon Crane, there he is. Boy, the ancillary king. We're gonna have to get him and Brandon, or Brandon and Caitlin, I'm sorry, together and teach us some things about some ancillaries, Ronald. I'm gonna tell you something. Brandon can do the job.
He sure can.
Facebook user, aloha, Johnny.
Manny.
Good to see you, Manny. Good to have
Manny,
you tonight.
good to see you.
Candace Rogers on board tonight, one of the premier SCA reps. Glad you're here with us. Evan Warren on board. Good to have you, Evan. Glad you're here. Steve Noble.
Steve
over in Tennessee.
Noble.
Yeah. Good to have you.
Look at that
brother.
brisket this weekend. We saw that, Steve Noble. Look good, brother.
Look good. I hear Catherine wasn't really happy about the price he had to pay for it to get it in there, but I bet when she tasted it, she was happy with it.
Yeah, I bet that's right. I bet that's right too.
Miss Barbecue Country herself, Brittany Bojak.
Brett.
Hey,
Brett.
Yeah.
Ready for Wednesday night, Brett.
Yeah. So y'all know Ronald and Brittany's episode will be aired this Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Barbecue Country show on the Country Network. You can find it on Roku or your favorite streaming services. We had that's going to have a show released every 2 weeks. A lot of good things. A lot of things going to be changing between now and the end of the show. So be sure and watch it. It's going to be action packed. And Ronald can't wait to see this episode. I was there when you filmed it and watched on, but when they put it together, it's a whole different ball game. It's going to be good.
Whole different ball game.
Yeah. Michelle Poland on board tonight.
Hey,
good
Michelle.
to have you. Glad you're here. Zach Miller on board tonight. Good to see you. Mike Masters. There he is right there.
Hey, Mike.
The Bull Crew. And then I bet that's Alan Jackson. Hello from work. And then Gordon says Kira Thompson will be cooking the first comp at the Saw Blade Comp in West Newton. Boy, I wish I could go to that one. Are you going back up there this year, Ron?
We're not going to get to go this year, but I'll tell you, we are going to go back. I hope next year we've got some stuff lined up that we're not going to be able to go this year, but we are going to I'll tell you guys, if you've never been to the Saw Blade Comp in West Newton, it is a must to put on your bucket list. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is a great comp. We certainly enjoyed that for sure.
That's awesome. Tell Kira, keep cooking. Well, I'm sure she's going to do a great job. I've been looking at those steaks and, good possibility I'll be in Wilson this weekend. Ronald, I hadn't cooked in about 6 weeks. Where was it? Do you have any idea where the last? I guess I was in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you were in the week. You were Pennsylvania the week we were in Tuscaloosa.
Yep.
And then I cooked to Oxford, and that's been the last. Oxford was my last one, actually. So.
Yep. We won the one in at the Battleship. That was in. Where was that? Battleship. Where was that at? Mobile, Alabama. Yeah. And then we went to Pennsylvania. You've done some cooking, done well. Melissa's done well. It's been so long since I've cooked. I don't even know if I can throw one on the grill, but we'll find out. We're going to have fun either way.
Yep.
Caitlin Crane, the Crane train jet airplane. She's ditched the train. She's going for the planes. We'll be stopping and landing in Wilson, Arkansas. Can't wait to see everybody. We can't wait to see you, sister.
Yep.
You and Brandon.
Sure.
Love you guys. Can't wait.
Yep.
So,
hey, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce, what's up? Good to see you.
Hey, glad Bruce, you tell Freddie to make sure to save me one of them smokehouse visors. Clint took mine away from me, so you tell him to make sure to save me a visor.
And Bruce, tell the general that I never got a visor. I'm wanting one. And but anyway, good to see you. Rumor has it Arcassippi Alley is going to be set up down in Wilson. We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna restart that Arcassippi Alley down in Wilson, Arkansas. And
sure are.
I tell you what, the last time we were in Wilson, Caitlin and Brandon and Bill and all of the Crane train was there. It was almost like I just joined right in there with them.
Yep.
We hoped we just like we had a family reunion, so we're looking forward to it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
can't wait. Last weekend or that last time in Wilson, you did some walking. You was up and down.
For Brett Howard. Yeah, Brett. If it hadn't been for him, I'd have had butt sores. But I walked for him. I don't know how many times, several times. Good thing I did. Yeah.
There was 4 categories down there, and that guy
he walked in every one of them. Yeah,
every one of them, and he won one of the stakes. Yeah, so it's crazy.
He did.
I tried to get him to stay home this weekend. He's wanting to show back up.
I don't blame him. I'd be there too if I was him for sure. So Freddie Ellis' birthday tomorrow. So let's wish
happy birthday,
Freddie, Mr. Smokehouse himself, a happy birthday tomorrow for sure.
The general. And he's a great guy, I guarantee you. Freddie Ellis is one great guy, and that whole Smokehouse bunch over there, along with all of them, just doing great. Okay, Ronald, that's all. It's what we got right now. Good to have everybody tonight. Sorry we wasn't here last weekend or last week.
Yeah,
we did the best we could, but with 4th of July, we just had family in, traveling, working, everything. We couldn't make it, but we're going to double up on you tonight.
Yep. All right, John. Well, I tell you, I'm going to kick it off in Sweet Home, Oregon. We had a double stake and double ancillary out there. And I'm going to start out with a ancillary division, which was a slider. 10th place was Eric Mendel. 9th place, Jennifer Highland. 8th place, Chris Dunyan. 7th place, Susie Kinney. 6th place, Daryl Coonsey. 5th place, Joe Poteet. 4th place, Christina Dunyan. 3rd place, Christina Poteet. 2nd place, Mitch Christensen. And in 1st place with a 200.3, Mr. Jason Bauer. Jason, congratulations on that 1st place slider. He passed that golden ticket down to 3rd place, Christina Poteet. Christina, congratulations. We'll see you guys in Fort Worth, Texas. All right. The second ancillary, Sweet Home, Oregon, was a taco. And let me pull this up because we had let's see. Okay. 10th place taco was Nicole Wiederspawn. And 9th place was William Boogie Whitfield. 8th place, Eric Mendel. 7th place, Chris Dunyan. 6th place, Evan Wiederspawn. 5th place, Joe Poteet. 4th place, Christina Dunyan. 3rd place, Daryl Coonsey. 2nd place, Rick Job. And in 1st place, taco with a 203.5, winning both ancillary divisions, Mr. Jason Bauer. Jason, congratulations on that. Jason kept the golden ticket for taco, and he passed it down in slider. So, Jason, congratulations. We'll see you in Fort Worth, Texas. All right, let's move on to Stake A, Sweet Home, Oregon. And we got 10th place, Chris Chanals. 9th place, Brittany Poteet. 8th place, Jason Hertz. In 7th place, William Boogie Whitfield. In 6th place, we got Michelle Christensen. 5th place, David Cyree. 4th place is Eric Tanakwa. 3rd place is Alex Marco. 2nd place, Christina Poteet. And in 1st place with a 253.4 is Chad Berrigan. Chad, congratulations on that 1st place win. Chad kept that golden ticket. He's headed to Fort Worth, Texas. All right, Stake B, Sweet Home, Oregon. We got 10th place is Eric Tanakwa. 9th place, Larry Marco. 8th place, Daryl Coonsey. 7th place, Alta Hertz. 6th place, Caitlin Potier. 5th place, Earl Buddy, Big Rory Martindale. 4th place, another solid finish for Mr. David Cyree. 3rd place, Chris Dunyan. 2nd place, Tim Grosh. And in 1st place with a 254.3, Miss Christina Poteet. Christina, congratulations on that first place win. Well, let me back up. There was a tie for first place, evidently, because between Tim and Christina, because both of them are indicated here with a golden ticket. So I'm going to assume that they tied for first place. So congratulations there. All right, let's move on to Des Arc, Arkansas, all the way across the country there. And we're going to go with tacos. 9th place, Caleb Green. 8th place, John Tullis. 7th place, Wesley Hambrick. 6th place, Paul Dozier. 5th place, Michelle Poland. 4th place, Kerry Green. 3rd place, Frank Big Papa Davis. 2nd place, Dwayne Hunt. And in first place with a 201.4, Mr. Bill Mann. Congratulations, Bill, on that first place taco. He passed that golden ticket down to Mr. Paul Dozier, one of the nicest guys you'll ever see in the SCA right there. Mr. Paul Dozier. Congratulations, Bill and Paul. You guys are headed to Fort Worth, Texas. All right. Now, stake A. Let me hold on just a second. Let me make sure. Yep. Okay, stake A, Des Arc, Arkansas. We got 10th place, Ben Crozier. 9th place, Justin Wink. 8th place, Kerry Green. 7th place, Trish Lytle. 6th place, Mr. Mike Masters. 5th place, John Tullis. 4th place, Glenn Borland. 3rd place on the show tonight, Mr. Evan Warren. 2nd place, Raymond Patterson. And in first place with a 250 was Mr. David Steak Tank Mayer. Congratulations, David Mayer, on that first place win. He passed that golden ticket down to 4th place, Glenn Borland. Congratulations, Glenn. See you guys in Fort Worth. All right, stake B, Des Arc, Arkansas. 10th place, Trish Lytle. 9th place, Raymond Patterson. 8th place, Mr. Mike Masters again. 7th place, Evan Warren. 5th place, there was a tie for 5th place between John Green and John Tullis. 4th place, David Mayer. 3rd place, Dwayne Hunt. 2nd place, Mr. B.J. Green. And I'm assuming that the tie was broken because, no. I'm sorry, no tie. Sorry about that. First place with a 253.4, edging BJ out by just a 1/10 of a point, was Mr. Frank Big Papa Davis. Frank, congratulations on that first place, brother, and congratulations on getting that golden ticket because you're headed back to Fort Worth, Texas. All right, we had a single stake in Edinburgh, Texas, and there was 10 here, and you're going to have to just give me a minute on some of the names. 10th place was Elia Kawara. 9th place, Nick Soto. In 8th place, Jason Parmas. 7th place was Renee Castro. 6th place was Juan Rodriguez. In 5th place was Cesar Majea. 4th place was Eli Zunza. In 3rd place was Reyes Sabova. In 2nd place, Mr. Fred Robes. And in 1st place with a 242.7 was Alma Vera. Alma, congratulations on that first place win. And I can't, it doesn't tell me who got the golden ticket there in Edinburgh, Texas. Let me go over it again and see if I find it. It doesn't show me there. So I don't know. I'm assuming Alma got the golden ticket, but all right, John, that's my first three. Why don't you knock out a couple there and then we'll finish them up.
Okay, Ronald, I got mine going here. My headphone just fell out, but we got it here. All right, so what we had, we were off on that 4th of July weekend, and we're going to try to get you caught up on everything we've got here. We had a Mason City, Iowa cook. It was always a big one on the 4th weekend, and we're going to go start there first. And I'm going to take you through that entire quad just as they come off the page. So this is on the Saturday Cook 7-123. This is State B. You've got Rod Hadachek in 11th place, 10th place, Jeff Jacobson, 9th place, Terry West, 8th place, Mark Johnson, 7th place, Rusty Hadachek, 6th place, Jay Casera, 5th place, Clayton Bauer, 4th place, Dan Dickey, 3rd place, Troy Johnson, Minnesota Wild man right there. 2nd place, Edward East, and 1st place, none other than Mr. Tim Brown with a 253.5, Ronald.
Yep.
Squeaking out Ed East with 1/10 of a point. It's getting close out there, brother. It really is.
Close. Yep.
Mason City, Iowa, 7-1. This is a Stake A. So you went through 12th place is what they're calling here. Mark Huntley and Adrian Wagner tied for the 11th. Then 10th place, Wendy Casera. 9th place, Robert Mayer. 8th place, old Tattoo Bob West. Great job, Bob. He's a heck of a steak cook. I'll just tell you that right now. 7th place, Kevin McCarville. 6th place, Edward East. 5th place, Mr. Matt Overson. Great job, Matt. 4th place, Zach Miller. 3rd place, Rod Hadachek. 2nd place, Stephanie West. And 1st place with 253.7, Mr. Mark Johnson. Dr. Johnson. And a great job to you there, my friend. Anything Croy Valley, 7-1. Had a 10th place with Rich Davis. 9th place, Jay Casera. 8th place, Gabby Joseph. 7th place, Damon Holter himself. 6th place, Brian Neal, Smoke Freaks. 5th place, Wade Brilge. 4th place, Miss Ann Neal, Smoke Freaks again. 3rd place, Rod Hadachek. 2nd place, Jen Ebert. And 1st place, 204.10, Ashley Panache. Ashley gets the golden ticket, and she's going to Fort Worth, Texas. Berger, 7-1. They had a ball up there that weekend, Ronald. Had a lot of stuff going on. 10th place, Rich Davis. 9th place, Lou Barbecue Holter. 8th place, Melissa McDevitt. 7th place. Am I saying Melissa's name wrong? Is it McDevitt, isn't it?
McDevitt.
Melissa McDevitt.
Yep,
There
McDevitt.
you go. 8th place, Melissa McDevitt. I wanted to get that right. 7th place, Clayton Bauer. 6th place, Damon Holter. 5th place, Gabby Joseph. 4th place, Rod Hadachek. 3rd place, Craig Carter. 2nd place, Wade Brilge. 1st place, 201.9, Jason Wagner. Jason gets the golden ticket, and he's going to Fort Worth. On those first two that we mentioned, Stake B over there, Dan Dickey pulled the golden, and then Mark Johnson got the golden ticket on Stake A. All right, we're going back to the Friday night cook up there in Mason City. Had a kid's hot dog. 9th place, Ella Martinez. 8th place, Haley Murray. 7th place, Emily Brilge. 7th place, Eli Cable. 5th place, Andrew Brilge. 4th place, Austin Murray. 3rd place, Allison Brilge. 2nd place, Tri Hadachek. And 1st place, 203.7, Rosalind Hadachek. Great job, kids. Keep cooking. Then we've got steak awards here on the Friday night. We've got a 10th place, world champion Ken Perkins. 9th place, Zach Miller. 8th place, Dale Benson. 7th place, Terry West. 6th place, Craig Carter. 5th place, Thomas Syke. 4th place, Rich Davis. 3rd place, Dr. Mark Johnson, knocking it out of the park for us. 2nd place, the Minnesota Wild man, Troy Johnson. And 1st place, Terry Rumans with a 252.9. Terry gets the golden ticket, going to Fort Worth one more time, Dave. Then we've got a Sunday with steak only. 10th place, JT Turnbull. 9th place, Wade Brilge. 8th place, Rod Hadachek. 7th place, Robert Mayer. 6th place, Wendy Casera. 5th place, Edward East. 4th place, Sandy Brown. 3rd place, Tim Brown. 2nd place, Dr. Mark Johnson one more time. And 1st place with 253.4, Brian Waskow. And Brian's getting the golden ticket. So that wraps up Mason City, Iowa, Ronald. Now we're going to take you to Soldota, Alaska. Is that the way? Soldota, Alaska. There you go. We've got a couple of Alaskan cooks that we're dealing with this week. One was a week; they were a week apart, and it's good to see the SCA brand out there. That place was Jeremy Urey. 8th place, Rob McPine. 7th place, John Jensen. 6th place, John Watson. 5th place, Jason Parson. 4th place, Jackson Hayes. 3rd place, Tracy Hayes. 2nd place, Heather Hayes. And 1st place with a 251.8, Michael Gardner. Michael gets the golden ticket, and he's going to Fort Worth, Texas, Ronald.
Good deal.
Anything salmon. Can you imagine anything salmon there in Alaska? All right. 4th place, Michael Gardner. I bet they've got a heck of a salmon cook up there.
Yep, I bet.
They do a great job. 3rd place, Tracy Hayes. 2nd place, Jason Parson. And 1st place, 198.50, Heather Hayes. Heather gets the golden ticket, and she is going to Fort Worth, Texas. Ronald, that's my first two from last weekend.
All right.
Looked like there's some great cooks out there cooking and lighting up the trail.
All right. Well, John, I'll tell you what, I'll finish up with starting out this past weekend, Sugar Tree, Tennessee, Canyon, Texas, and then Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. We had a steak cook-off over there. It's kind of a unique one, no prize money, but it was prizes plus some tickets to the box seats to next year's race there in Atlanta. So I'm going to start us out in Sugar Tree, Tennessee, right on the banks of the Tennessee River. That is Alan Smith and his family's place there. Had a beautiful place there. And I'm going to start out with the kids' pork chop. There was 4 entries. 4th was Haley Jacobson. 3rd place was Paxton Couch. 2nd place was Travis Vandiver. And in 1st place with a 196.3 was Miles O'Gwen. Miles, congratulations on that 1st place kids pork chop, and congratulations to all the kids that entered. All right, we had an appetizer division, and we start out in 10th place with Zach Clemens. 9th place was Keith Vandiver. 8th place, Dustin Wally. Let's see. 7th place, Troy Minnesota Wildman Johnson. In 6th place, Eric Hott. Well, there was a tie. There was a tie that was broken by taste. Eric Hodson was 6th. 5th place was Michelle O'Gwen. 4th place, Ashley Carter. In 3rd place, Mark Sweet Swine O' Mine Lambert. In 2nd place, Michelle Poland coming in there strong. And in 1st place with a 203.1 was Adam Vandiver. Adam, congratulations on that 1st place appetizer. He kept that golden ticket. He's going to Fort Worth, Texas. All right. Anything with catfish. Tennessee River, catfish, right? Exactly. All right. 10th place, Mr. Mean Gene himself, Hank Couch. 9th place, Riley Wright. 8th place, Adam Vandiver. In 7th place, Jeff Maynard. 6th place, Deborah Parman. In 5th place was Dusty Whaley. 4th place, Brandon O'Gwen. 3rd place, Mr. Craig Carter. 2nd place, BNO himself, Eric Hodson. And in 1st place with a 201.3, Alabama's pizza man himself, Chris Lytle. Chris, congratulations on that 1st place. Chris passed that golden ticket down to Eric Hodson. He's in the ancillary division, headed to Fort Worth, Texas. All right. Stake A, Sugar Tree, Tennessee. We got 10th place, Sandy Brown. 9th place, Riley Wright. 8th place, Craig Carter. 7th place, there was a tie for 6th place between Jeff Jacobson and Trish Lytle. No. I'm sorry about that. Let me back up. 7th place, Trish Lytle. The tie was broken by taste. 6th place is Jeff Jacobson. 5th place was Tim Brown. 4th place, Big Sexy himself, Steve Hughes. 3rd place, Minnesota Wildman Troy Johnson. 2nd place, Mr. Terry West. And in 1st place, the Collinsville, Illinois wild man himself, Brian Sweet, with a 252.1. Congratulations, Brian Sweet, on that first place win, my friend. And Brian passed that golden ticket down to fourth place, Steve Hughes. Steve, congratulations on getting that golden ticket, brother. We'll see you in Fort Worth, Texas. All right. Stake B, Sugar Tree. 10th place, Keith Vandiver. And 9th place, Casey Clemens. 8th place, Steve Hughes. 7th place, Brian Sweet. And 6th place, Jimmy Parsons. In 5th place, Craig Carter. In 4th place, Rod Hadachik. 3rd place, the Skillinet, Gene Skillen. And in 1st place, there was a 1st place tie that was broken by Dunness. So 2nd place was Riley Wright. And in 1st place with a 249.7, Mr. BNO himself, Eric Hodson. Congratulations, Eric, on that 1st place win. And he passed that golden ticket down to Riley Wright. Riley, congratulations on that golden ticket. We'll see you guys Fort Worth, Texas. All right, moving on to Hampton, Georgia. Atlanta Motor Speedway, right in the infield, right in the middle of all the action. They had an anything beef contest. And there was 8 entries. 8th place, Travis Griffin. In 7th place was Caitlin Lawton. In 6th place, Elizabeth Lipa, traveling all the way over from El Dorado, Arkansas to Hampton, Georgia. In 5th place was L2 Smokers. 4th place, Jack Fallon. In 3rd place, Brett Childs. 2nd place, Christy Graham. And in 1st place with a 203.9, which I'm betting was Beef Wellington, was Mr. Randy McKnight himself. Congratulations, Randy, on that 1st place ancillary. It doesn't indicate who got the golden ticket. I'm guessing Randy did. So congratulations, Randy, on that 1st place win. All right. Atlanta Motor Speedway stake. We had 9 entries. 9th place, Caitlin Lawton. 8th place, Travis Griffin. 7th place was L2 Smokers. 6th place was Mike Barrett. 5th place was Elizabeth Lipa. 4th place, Brett Childs. 3rd place was Jack Phelan, And 2nd place was Randy McKnight. And in 1st place with a 251.1 was Christy Graham. Christy, congratulations on that 1st place. And I did remember now from Facebook, Christy got the golden ticket in stake, and Christy also got the golden ticket in ancillary. Randy passed that golden ticket down to Christy there. So big day over in Hampton, Georgia. All right, Canyon, Texas. We had, I'm assuming, was a kid's cook. It doesn't say this, but 5th place, Dallas Whitmore. 4th place, Kenny Long. 3rd place, Maverick Thrasher. In 2nd place, Zayden Piente. In 1st place was Carrington Teachout with a 241.9. Carrington, congratulations on that kid's stake win. All right, we had in Canyon, Texas, we had anything with cheese. And we started out in 6th place with John Miller. 5th place, Travis Union. 4th place was Nikki Gus. In 3rd place was Brandon Gonzalez. In 2nd place was Ryan Hamilton. And in 1st place with a 198.1, Joseph Puente. Joseph kept that golden ticket. He's headed to Fort Worth, Texas. All right, Stake A, Canyon, Texas. 10th place, Mr. Paul Brown. In 9th place, Michael Navarez. 8th place, Chris Vanellis. 7th place, Charlie Pope. 6th place, Mark Petty. 5th place, Lee Coronado. 4th place, John W. Miller. 3rd place, Ryan Hamilton. 2nd place was James Teachout. And in 1st place with a 252.4, IJ Hinoas. IJ, congratulations on that 1st place. IJ kept that golden ticket. He's headed to Fort Worth, Texas. Stake B, Canyon, Texas. 10th place, Ryan Hamilton. 9th place, Joseph Piente. 8th place, Steve Brown. 7th place, Mr. Michael Van Fleet. In 6th place, Jennifer Staggs. 5th place, James Teachout. 4th place, Gary Blake. 3rd place was Mark Petty. 2nd place was Michael Navarez. And in 1st place with a 251.5 was Steve Thrasher. Steve, congratulations on that first place win in Canyon, Texas. He took home the $1,000 first prize, and also he kept that golden ticket. So he is headed to Fort Worth, Texas. Chance Brown, I missed that that burger contest. I will go back and look for that because maybe I missed it, but I couldn't find anything but just the one with beef. So I think you're right. I remember that Randy won anything beef, passed the golden ticket to Jack, and Christy won the state and grand champion. Okay, yeah. All right, Christy won the burger. Yeah, right. Okay, so good deal. Well, I'm proud you brought that up because I thought there was a burger and then I couldn't find it. So, all right, John, I'll turn it back over to you then, my friend.
All right, let's go with, let's see, Delta Junction. So we had one in Delta Junction with Alaska again, I believe. Delta Junction, 10th place, Randy Zutop. 9th place, Jackson Hayes. 8th place, Tom House. 7th place, Shane Green. 6th place was Kyle Erie. 5th place, Jason Parson. 4th place, Matt Pinkert. 3rd place, John Jensen. And 2nd place, Tracy Hayes. 1st place, Heather Hayes with a 250.4. That Hayes group is going to be a force to be reckoned with in Alaska. I can tell you, Heather gets the golden ticket. She's going to Fort Worth, Texas, 250.4. And then El Dorado, Arkansas. We don't normally miss that contest. We were working, wasn't able to go, but had a lot of stuff going on. But it was a great contest from all I hear. 10th place in Saturday's stake. 10th place, Ben Crozier. 9th place, Daryl Mon. 8th place, Elizabeth Lipa. 7th place, Andrew Bowen. 6th place, Mr. Charles Dabbs. 5th place, Ray Patterson. 4th place, Trinidad Rodriguez coming up out of Texas and taking his golden ticket back home. 3rd place, Mike Masters. 1st place, tie from between Evan Warren and Marty Plute, 253.7. Trinidad Rodriguez gets the golden ticket passed down. Congratulations, Trinidad.
Congratulations,
great job,
Trinidad.
Saturday State B, 10th place. Dan Judd, he's a world champion, just won it at the Magnolia Cook-Off this year. Great job, brother. 9th place, Evan Warren. 8th place, Marty Plute. 7th place, Jimmy Davis. 6th place, Frank Davis. 5th place, Andrew Bowen. And 4th place, Raymond Patterson. 3rd place, Daryl Mon. 2nd place, Dave May. And a 1st place with a 253.7. BJ Green passing that golden ticket down to the Bull Crew. Dave May. Great job, Dave. Congratulations to you. We'll see you in Fort Worth. Wing category, 10th place, Elizabeth Lipa. 9th place, Tori Tullis. 8th place, John Tullis. 7th place, Robert Satterfield. 6th place, Norma Mon. 5th place, Kerry Green. 4th place, Paul Dozier. One of the best guys in the SCA right there, Ron.
Yep.
He's top
He's a good
notcher. And here's another top notch. 1st class, 3rd place, Jason Satterfield. Great guy.
Yep.
2nd place, Dwayne Hunt. Great job, Dwayne. And 1st place for the 199.9, Nathan Coulter. Nathan gets a golden ticket, and he's going to Fort Worth. Kids stake there in El Dorado had a 4th place with Banks Green. 3rd place, Cole Green. 2nd place, Brett Tullis. And 1st place, 244.8, Cameron Patterson. And then we moved to the Friday night cook down in El Dorado. Had a little knockout there. One of the legends won this thing. 10th place was Charles Dabbs. 9th place, Elizabeth Lipa. 8th place, Jimmy Davis. 7th place, Marty Plute. 6th place, Andrew Bowen. 5th place, Daryl Mon. Fourth place, the Barbecue Squad, Josh Sluderman. Great job, Josh. Third place, Kerry Green. Second place, John Tullis. And first place, 252.7, the legend himself. Legend status, Mr. Allen J. Newton, winning and knocking them out of the park.
Good
Great
job,
Alan Newton. Congratulations. He has his grandson Ian cooking with him, 252.7. Alan Newton lighting them up one more time. Pass the golden ticket down to Josh Sluderman. Congratulations, Josh. We'll see you in Fort Worth. Now, that was our Friday night cook, and that's all I've got, Ronald. That finishes mine up, brother.
that finished him up. Look at there, John Lindsey. We got time to spare, man.
Yeah.
I do remember two things too that we didn't mention. One, in Sugar Tree, there was a grand champion that was given, and I think Brian Sweet won that. And then the El Dorado, I think Marty Plute won it. So there was two grand champions out of those two that were given. And I know the one in Georgia, Christy Graham, I think, took top honors in that as well. Very exciting weekend. Last 2 weekends, really, to tell you the truth about it. So
wish I'd have been in El Dorado. I would have enjoyed cooking that
we
contest.
Clint and I went and cooked that last year, and if I remember correctly, it rained the weekend we were there. And this year I saw where it rained again. So I remember it raining, and then the sun popped out, and it was just steamy hot. I remember that for sure. Sounds like it might have been the same way.
Last year we cooked in El Dorado on Saturday. I don't believe there was a Friday. There might have been, but we cooked Saturday in El Dorado and then moved down to Junction City down the road Sunday, at the school and cooked another double on Sunday.
Because Clint and I had something going on Sunday, and we drove back home. We got in late Friday night, cooked Saturday, and then drove back home. So, I remember that. John, we got Mr. Ralph LeGrand, great sauces and rubs from North Carolina on with us tonight. Ralph, man, I'm going to tell you something. I can't wait to get over there to your store. You've got a great looking establishment there. Got a lot of different grills and stuff going on there. So, man, thank you for joining us tonight. We certainly do appreciate it.
Oh, Ralph, he's doing a bang-up job out there on the East Coast. Go check him out.
Yep.
Great sauces and rubs.
I also hear tell that he's going to have a big blowout on New Year's Eve this year. So stay tuned for some more information on that one over in, I'm guessing will be Goldsboro. But Ralph, I know he'll have out some more stuff on that coming up. All right. Well, John, we've got several contests coming up this weekend all over the country.
Sure do.
So on the 14th, Friday night, we got chilling and grilling in Wise, Virginia.
Yep.
And on Saturday, we got the Great Lakes State Taste of Summer double in Northeast Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And then we got the Battle in the Delta, which we'll be at double in Wilson, Arkansas. You got the Hobotown double steak throwdown in Brett, Iowa. You got the Staking the Fight Against Childhood Disease double in Cookeville, Tennessee. That's a great one. If you're in that area, check that contest out.
Oh, yeah.
Cookeville is a beautiful area. Also, you've got the Williston High School Red Devil double in Williston, Florida. That is the home of not only a state king, but the cornhole king, Mr. John Pendray.
John Pendray.
Yep. So that's going to be a good one there on Saturday in Williston, Florida. And on Sunday, the Hall of Fame double cook-off presented by Mr. Brisket in Canton, Ohio. So that will be coming up on Sunday, the 16th. So a lot of good contests lined up, John. And then the following weekend, it's going to be a lot of contests. That was the big Smoke on the Mountain in Galax, Virginia, which is a prestigious barbecue contest up there as well. So we'll talk more about that next week, but that's the ones that are on the schedule for this coming weekend. So get out and support these contests. The promoters need it. I'll tell you, John, one of the things that I'll say it's a tough time right now for promoters, trying to get every steak cooked they can. We're going to be trying some new techniques out on some of these local contests, see where it lands. But promoters have a tough time right now, especially as hot as it is. Some people are not cooking as much as they were because of the heat, and holidays and all the above. So anytime you get a chance to go out and support some of these promoters, please do so for sure.
Well, I think it's pretty inevitable. Anybody that is looking at the SCA group page and the SCA contest page, it's pretty easy to see that we've had some contests that has had to cancel.
Yeah.
Just simply because of lack of people and this, that, and other. Promoters used to, you could say, hey, if they got 30 people, they could break even. But with prices now, Ronald, unless you've got sponsors, this firsthand, you can't make it even you sure can't make any money at 30 contestants. And a lot of that lies in the people that can really help. That is the SCA office and scheduling these contests and putting the right ones on the books at the right places and making sure that things are right with distances and things like that. We know the SCA is growing, but the long and short of it is, it all starts at the top, and we have to just keep putting them on the books, keep supporting these folks, and we're going to do that. That's for sure. And you guys just keep cooking. I know it's hot. I know a lot of things are going on, but we've got great promoters out there that are out there trying to do something for charities and everything else, and giving us a place to cook. Let's support them when we can. That's about all we can do at this point.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, Ralph said that any SCA member gets 10% off. And yes, the event is posted on the website. So go check out New Year's Eve over in the Carolinas. Mr. Ralph LeGrand, great sauces and rubs. He's got rubs and sauces. He's going to be putting on a heck of a contest, and we may try to make our way over for that one, because we've been wanting to get over in that area and cook with the smokehouse, and Ralph and Kevin, Dana, Jason, all them guys, Wes, all those guys over there. We got to get over there and see our house man, Carl Lewis at the grill room, and so we're going to try to do our best to get over there for sure.
That's right. And before we leave out tonight, we've got, here's another one. Facebook used 25 cooks won't break even without sponsorship. It takes closer to 40 to 45. And, unfortunately, that's where it's at right now, Ronald. Meat prices have went up. There's been a lot of things going on, with that.
Well, I had a guy come to me at, I don't remember what contest it was, Oxford, I think. And he was going to look at doing a contest for a civic club up around the Memphis area. And he asked me, hey, what will it take to make it successful? Right. And I said, well, if you're trying to make money for a civic organization or a charity, you're going to have a lot of sponsors, a lot of donors. If you want to pay for your contest, the bottom line, you're going to need $10,000 in the bank if it's a double to pay for your stakes and your prize money. And then everything the cooks contribute will go straight to your charity or organization. That's about what it takes. I can tell you that from experience. On ours, we try to make sure we've got donations and sponsorships to cover both prize monies and the stakes. And right now, the last year the stakes cost us pretty close to $5,000, $4,500, something like that. And the first year we did it, they were around $3,000. So it's a difference in about $2-3 a pound from what we gave for them when we first started versus what we have to give for them now. Of course, we could get a cheaper grade steak. But we go with the Sterling Silvers from Cisco, which is a top-of-the-line choice steak. For those of you that's cooked our contest knows that we could we could shout it back on steak. But as long as we've got sponsorship for our steaks and our prize money, then I want every dime that the cooks pay in for entry fees to go straight to Le Bonheur Hospital. And that's
right.
what's happened in the last 3 years we've had it. So, and that's what we're planning on this year as well. So,
well, this was Jamie Cooley right here. He just mentioned, and you know, Jamie puts on one heck of a contest. Jamie is a cook, or cook's promoter. He knows what it takes to put on a great contest. And you know, he put on about 2 or 3 down there in Laurel that was just as good as anybody's ever put on.
oh yeah.
And you know, but at the same time, you can't keep putting on those contests. It's just like he said right there, 25 won't even break even. So what that tells me, and here's what you have to do: you have to spread these contests out where they're not on top of each other. You have to make sure, and that goes to the top office, top dogs have to do that. We don't have any control over that, and make sure every promoter has a fair shake and a fair chance. And then once you do that, these promoters have to get some. They have to get some sponsorships. Ronald, you guys do a fabulous job with yours. You've always raised money, but you've got people that's behind you, and you've got to get the community involved, hadn't you, Ronald? You know, you just have to be able to make a successful run at it. And cutting steaks is not the answer, is it? You know.
No, I mean, you compromise on your steaks, and people are not going to come to us to a contest with crappy steaks. I mean, I can tell you 2 or 3 contests right now that's not on the books anymore that I wouldn't go back to anyway.
No,
because the steaks were horrible. They'll tell you there was choice, but when you cook as much as we do, you can look at that table and say they ain't no way that's choice steaks. If you paid for choice steaks, then somebody took your money for sure. So we decided that we don't compromise on steaks. We give great steaks, and you said it best. We have given Le Bonheur Hospital over the last 3 years. We've given them right at $50,000,
yes,
and
sir.
That's thanks to the SCA cooks that showed up, because every year we've had our prize money and our steak cost in donations. That's our goal, to pay for those 3, and then everything the cook puts in goes straight to Le Bonheur. And we couldn't have done that without help. And I've heard a lot of people say, well, I can't get that kind of donations. You never know till you ask. Right. And the main thing is that if you have a contest going toward a great charity or cause, everyone in our area is very familiar with Le Bonheur. We've heard stories of people coming to us that we didn't even know and say, hey, when my kid was 3 years old, they had to go to Le Bonheur. St. Jude is another one. I remember back when I bass fished and coon hunted competitively, they had competitions for St. Jude, and a lot of people would show up for that. And you got to be fortunate. And we don't live in a huge urban area. The ones of you that's been to our contest in Boonville knows that Boonville's not a metropolitan area, but we don't just go within Boonville. We go to all of our communities around that we have contact with, and just ask. I tell them what it's for, what we're doing. Here are the levels that we have, and let them choose if they want to give more or less. That's how we do it. It takes a lot of work to do it, but we feel like it's worth it because it's going to a worthy cause. We've got our little Lucy now. And by the way, guys, if you hadn't seen Darby's Facebook post, Lucy went back for a checkup today. She's up to 13.5 pounds.
Amen.
They cleared her for 6 months, and she is a bundle of joy. Thanks to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital and the work that they did on her. But first and foremost, thanks to God for all the answered prayers for her. We are just enjoying Lucy so much. She's our miracle baby. And that's why we're devoted to LeBonner Children's Hospital, because those folks need all the support and help they can get, because there's a lot of kids that come up there that has no way to pay a bill, no way, no support. They've got the FedEx house there that needs help. We try to help it some too, along with the hospital. So it takes a lot of work to pull that off, for sure.
Another thing that I see is a running thing anymore, especially on the SCA page. The administrators have to plug all the contests. They can't just plug certain contests that they're going to be at or something like that. They need to plug all of these, get as many people out to as many of these contests as you possibly can to support these promoters that have put their money on the line and trying to deal with these causes. Those are big steps to be able to build these contests that we've got going. I think if we continue to do that, Ronald, we'll see cooks go up, good steaks. And I know we hadn't talked about this, but you mentioned Galax and Raz. Thank you, brother. You're exactly.
Thank you, brother.
But Galax, Virginia has those fiddles.
Yep.
As trophies. You say what you want to, and I know trophies you can get into some expensive trophies out there, but I'm going to tell you, a lot of people go to some of these bigger contests because they want one of those trophies. Yep. And so good, you got to have a decent trophy, I think. You've got to keep these contests apart, not book them on top of each other, give these promoters a fair shake and promote them all fairly. And when you do that, you give them the best shake that you got. Yeah. And I know it's hot. I know a lot of things are going on. SCA is growing, but we've seen a little bit of kickback down, just a little bit. I've noticed over the last year, some of these contests that were there that we love going to are not there anymore. Ozark, Arkansas is one of them. I could name you 10 right now that we love to go to. Ozark, Arkansas, for those veterans up there. It just couldn't make it work because of the numbers, and it's just gotten so expensive to run a contest. So our hats are off to all the promoters out there. We'll help you on this show. We'll help you push those contests. We'll put them all across. We'll do everything we can. If you'll contact Ronald or I, we'll put them out on our pages and and we'll do it fairly. We'll put it out there so everybody can see where you've got your contest. We'd be more than happy to do that for you. We want it don't matter who you are. We want your contest to be a success.
Yep.
And the sport of state cook-offs that Ronald and I have invested in the last 5 or 6 years, we want to see it move on in a positive direction. And we want to see you to be able to support your charities. And if you'll let Ronald and I know, Ronald, we'll put it out there, won't we?
Absolutely. And John, I've said this over and over again. The SCA don't take credit enough for the dollars amount that has been raised for charities and communities. That's something that's huge. And I think the office ought to keep up with it, to be honest with you, because, man, I mean, there is hundreds of thousands of dollars that's raised for high schools, for hospitals, for needy families, or whatever that might be across the SCA. And we talk about that some, but we ought to talk about it more because that's what it's all about. And, Jamie Cooley said it best. Trophies get dusty, rusty, and, worn out. But the helping other people, that's what we're about. If you're loading up going to a contest just to win the money and a trophy, then you're going for the wrong reason, in my mind. And that's my personal opinion. I'm not throwing off on anybody, but I can tell you the greatest gift that me and my family have gained from, and we've got a cabinet full of trophies, but I would trade every one of them for just another lasting friendship and relationship. Right. That's what it's all about. That's why we go. to be honest with you. You talking about this weekend, we gathering up, all cooking together. That's what it's all about. And when you lose that, you lose some of the reason that we're doing this. And
that's right.
And I've let myself get away from that, and now that's the reason I go. I mean, I'm back to square one. That's the reason I go. If I win, that's great. That's icing on the cake. But if I don't, I've had a good time with my family and the friends, and that's what it's all about.
Somebody called me the other day. I won't put any names out, and they said, "John, where in the world? Where you been?" I said, "Well, I'm not dead, thank God. I'm still may have one foot in the grave, one on a banana peel, but I'm still staying up above the ground. Where you been?" And I'm going to tell you, like I told them, and this is the honest truth: when it gets to where it's not fun, when it gets to where you have to make yourself get up and go to a contest just to be going to a contest, you better do something different.
Yeah.
You better find another hobby. You better find another barbecue cook-off. You need to find another sanctioner. You need to find something. It got to a point that I was just dreading going. Now, I loved going. I'm talking about going for points and things like that, Ronald. I'm saying this to reiterate exactly what you just said. I wanted to be able to go to the contest that means something to me, the things that I want to support, the St. Jude's, the Lebaners, the contests that are going for great causes for these small towns. And some of these small first-time comps may not be Edinburgh, Texas. They may not be Atlanta Motor Speedway. They may not be, but you know what? They deserve every bit of attention that Atlanta Motor Speedway gets, or any of the other ones gets, to help these first-time cooks and contests continue to grow and flourish. These promoters are promoting for their town and for their community, and by God, we need to support them, and that's the way I feel about it. And we're going to try to support them, and I know you do too.
And any promoters out there that is thinking about, or you're having trouble with a contest, hey, reach out. I'll tell you everything we do. If it's a business, we call them and say, here's our sponsorship levels. Would you like to help us out? Tell them what the cause is for. We have had very, very, very few in the last 3 years that turned us down with something. Either maybe they gave us a cooler, maybe they gave us a grill to raffle off. But that's, you raffle off, a grill or a nice cooler or something, you make $200 or $300 with that, so every $200 or $300, every $50 counts.
It does.
If you could see our list of sponsors that we have, when you guys have been there, have seen the sign that we make, or the banner we make with all of our contributors on that sign. And that's how we do it. That's the only way that you're going to be able to give back to a charity. Now, obviously the first year was a big year for us, but then COVID hurt us. But we still, over the last 3 years, even with COVID, we've been able to give Lebaner right at $50,000, and that's huge for us.
It is.
And we're so thankful for every cook that came, because I can tell you, every dime you paid in entry fee went straight to Lebaner or the FedEx house, one of the two, and that's what we're most proud of, for sure.
Yeah. And it's always a great contest, and your group does an outstanding job. Melissa, Clint, Darby, I'm sure there's others behind the scenes, but everything you've done has got thought in it. From the table full of the charcuterie boards that you do, to the other things. It don't matter if you're running a restaurant, food trailer, doing a contest, or whatever you're doing. It's the small things that stick in people's memory.
Yeah.
And y'all have done an absolute wonderful job of that.
Yeah.
I can't wait till the contest and be able to come support Lebaner again. But anyway, hey, we've had a great conversation.
We've had a great conversation here tonight, John. Appreciate it. We appreciate all of y'all tuning in tonight. We hope we didn't bore you to death. That's good conversation to have. We thank our sponsors, SCA, Thanks to BamaQ for all your support. And get out there and find you a SCA comp this weekend and support a promoter, because that money you paid may be going to a good cause. So check them out.
Right.
Find the best one. Go support them. Thanks, guys. We'll see y'all next week.
Have fun and cook a steak.
Exactly.
That's right. See you now.